Alright, so I'm actually going to briefly start with the Descent into Avernus epilogue that I never read,
Yes.
because I'm an idiot. So, with Zariel slain and any threat firmly extinguished with her, the devils retreated from the city, leaving the demons in the vain hope that they would kill the ones who slew the archdevil Zariel herself. The remaining chains were systematically broken, leaving the last chain intact long enough to make their way back up to the Silver City, whose descent had now halted. Once they had situated themselves within the High Hall, the brothers flew up to shatter the false Mythalar. The final challenge to the both of them was the lone archdevil Bel. Those below will tell how they saw meteors of blood-red flame fall from the sky, and two golden lights overpowering the devil as he fled into the haze of the Avernian sky. The golden lights of the brothers converged upon the false Mythalar, and with a blast of the brightest light some devils had ever seen, the Mythalar was shattered as the city began to glow with arcane light. I can't read. As it was pulled back into the material plane, now a charred, destroyed city among the beautiful, lush countryside. The next few months were a blur for all involved. While there weren't enough materials for a festival, the people of Alvarez expressed their most heartfelt thanks to their unlikely saviors. Not wanting to stay in the Alvarez region, the saviors of the Silver City left, as the city had once left them. Wanting to live without all the trials, Sid bid his companions goodbye, opting for a humble life among the common people. Sid would make such a peaceful life for himself that the people around him didn't know or even forgot the horrors he witnessed in Avernus. Cat would remain with the now immortal twins, helping them in their various anti-establishment acts, and creating subsects of their budding cults as she aged beyond being able to help the two directly. Before her health would deteriorate in her old age, she was still regarded as not someone to fuck with, and the best shot ever seen. Cass, Barry, and Odysseus would stick together through the age of antiquity, fighting against many examples of authority and inadvertently creating cults based off of their ideals. Barry would never tolerate violent extremism and terrorism, often having to quell such ideas within his cult with the help of Cat and Odysseus. Cass would stay with his brother for a while before setting out on his own, similarly killing terrorists, but focusing more on his efforts upon the growing number of extraplanar forces. Odysseus himself would often take part in these wars against corrupted authority with subterfuge, supplying weapons to revolting peasants, and even assassinating a prominent figure or two. Over time, he would also create a monastery to teach new shadow monks. Kathlira, Barry and Cass's sister, would stay in the Silver City of Alvarez, rebuilding it and becoming the head priest of the Church of Valius. With her position came its own trials, even having scuffles with rogue sects of Barry's cult, as she did everything she could to honor those who died during the descent of Alvarez. Though she told no one, other Valite priests would often see her weeping over 3 headstones. One, marked with the name Hadraniel, with the epitaph Hellrider, the father that lost his life to protect his sons. And the other 2, marked with the names Barachiel and Caspius, with the epitaph Saviors of Alvarez, the brothers once scorned by the city gave themselves in order to save it. Towards the end of the Age of Antiquity, the twins would begin to have disagreements over their ideals, and as time went on, they became progressively more and more hostile towards one another, eventually resorting to warring against one another. Unable to stop either, unwilling and unable to kill them, Odysseus would create a domain of dread to serve as a prison for the two, so neither could do more harm to the world. From Cass and Barry's story, the Nephilim constellation would arise, telling the tale of the cursed twins, and telling the tale of the light they would bring to the world, scorching their legacy upon Ashalian history in divine flame.
Damn you two.
Me too. Then there's Odysseus in the background. Like, don't worry, I got you guys. None of this is my fault.
Cat on the roof with a sniper rifle.
It's not my fault.